Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where I draft too many colors and try to get away with it. Today, I have a new goal, a race to qualify for the Arena Championships. If you want to qualify for the Arena Championships, you need to qualify through the qualifier play-in system. And the best way to do that is by getting play-in points. The main way to do this by drafting, I think the only way to do this by drafting, is by playing traditional best of 3 drafts. You have to actually win all 3 matches and not drop a single match in order to get 2 qualifier play-in points. So I'm going to have to win 10 traditional drafts in order to get 20 play-in points, play in a qualifier, qualify for the Arena Championships. So today I'm going to start that journey of racking up the qualifier play-in points. And I think the next qualifier play-in is on January 3 or January 9. So I probably don't have enough time to do it by then, but we'll see if we can do it by January 9. If not, we are going to probably play in the next one, which I think is a few months after that. So it's a race to see if we can get 10 wins in traditional draft. To qualify by January 9, we probably have to rattle off 10 wins in a row. So let's jump into it and see if we can get 10 3-0s in traditional draft. It's a very, very high bar because you have to not drop a single draft. While we're waiting to find a draft table, I'm a brand new Magic the Gathering content creator. I just started posting videos last week. Be really grateful if you would click the subscribe button in the link to see me draft one draft of the newest set every single day and post it here to my YouTube channel. Okay, we got a table and here's our first pack. I have had some success with Diligent Zookeeper. I talked about that a lot in my Win-A-Box draft that I'll link below, but it's far from a auto first pick bomb. The card that stands out in terms of power level for me here is actually an uncommon, which is Glider Staff. This card is really fantastic. 3 mana and it immediately airbends a creature, so it's sort of a tempo, not really removal, but certainly a tempo card. And then giving something +1/+1 and flying with a low equip cost is extremely relevant. The Spirit Oasis I think is the best shrine, so we'll clock. The red shrine's also really good, but we'll clock that we have a really good shrine in here. There is also an Earthbending Synergy payoff and a Lessons card. So if we see any of those wheel, then that's definitely worth thinking about. There is a very good removal spell in Lost Days, or I should say, another kind of tempo, half removal spell. I think Sold Out is a little bit overrated. I would not tend to pick it pack 1, pick 1. And there's also a green-blue dual land, which is worth clocking. But we are absolutely just going to take a Glider Staff. Not, the greatest pack 1, pick 1 anyone ever had, but it's certainly not the worst either. I would say a similar thing about Beifong's Bounty Hunters to the Zookeeper. It's pretty conditional. This card really needs a lot of support for it to be good. And it's quite slow. 4 drops that don't have an enters the battlefield effect or hexproof or ward tend to just be very vulnerable to getting eaten by much cheaper removal spells and trading down on mana. True Ancestry I definitely think is an underrated card, especially in best of 3. I think, without the Arena Hand Smoother, this kind of slightly slower, more value-oriented card might go up in value, but especially after pack 1, pick 1ing a Glider Staff, I'm going to take what I consider to be probably the best card in the pack, which is Soka Lateral Strategist. I think this card, people have kind of learned how to answer it and learned how to play around it a little bit. It started out being a really superb card, and maybe now it's slid down a little bit in the rankings. I still think it's a very good card. I also have huge respect for Messenger Hawk. You will note there are 2 flyers in this pack that we could wheel, and a medium white removal spell, and also a blue-white dual land. So many things to consider for the wheel. Looking at this pack, pack 3 is maybe when you just barely have started to get signals. So it's worth looking at what's left in here and what's not left in here. Of the 3 uncommons, none of them is particularly amazing. I love Judy and also had a lot of success in that in the Win-A-Box video that I'm going to link in the description. But I don't think it's actually as good in draft. I think this is a fantastic card in sealed though. Glider Kids is like a perfectly respectable common for this deck. Iguana Parrot is understated and not very good. I do love Messenger Hawk. It's a 2-for-1 automatically that's also a threat in the air. So I'm going to put our pick, given what we've taken so far, both of our first 2 picks, you don't want to index too highly on them. We could definitely end up shifting away from the white-blue space, but both of our picks go amazingly well with either Glider Kids or Messenger Hawk. And between my Glider Kids and Messenger Hawk, I actually think I'm on Messenger Hawk. I think it's actually a close call, but I think I'm on the Messenger Hawk. It's a little bit more of a flexible card for one thing. And we're very, very early in the draft. And indeed, we already are getting a signal of an open color here. I do love the Otter Penguin, and it goes really well in the kind of a deck that we're building right now. Of the 3 cards that we have, 2 of them actually activate the Otter Penguin. Having said that, I think the best card in the pack is probably just Firebending Lesson. It's a lesson, it's a super cheap removal spell, and I do believe that by pick 4, it begins to be a signal that probably the strongest red common is still in the pack. Other good cards, Origin of Metal Bending is quite good, and I do note there is a temple in here. So the blue and the white temples have been seen. If we wheel the blue temple, we might actually think about going shrines. But that's a ways away. I'm just going to grab the Firebending Lesson. This pack really has some signals for us. So I think I actually am higher on Soga's Haiku than other people. I remember way back in Conflux, like 26 years ago, I forget who it was. There was a pro player who made a comment about there was a 5-mana counter spell that has Island Cycling 2. And someone just made this comment like, it finds me lands and it counters spells. Like, I'm always going to take it. What is there to complain about? Those are the 2 things I want to do in Magic is counter spells and hit my land drops. So I really feel that way about Soga's Haiku, except it draws a card, which is maybe even better than finding the land. Having said that, Messenger Hawk is cheaper, more effective, and it's a threat. Again, I think it's between Messenger Hawk and Glider Kids, and again, I'm going to take the Messenger Hawk. I will say we are seeing some pretty good green and red cards in here. So it's very possible we end up like blue-red with Firebending Lesson, Soga's Haiku, and Messenger Hawk, but we'll see where the signals lead us. In particular, I definitely think there's a power outlier in this pack, which is Deadly Precision. Not like an amazing card that like breaks the bank every time you see it. It's very good, though. I also think people are probably underrating Origin of Metal Bending. I think this card's quite flexible and quite good, especially in best of 3, where suppose game 1, you learn that your opponent has an amazing artifact like the Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong, then you're going to sideboard in your Origin of Metal Bending, or you'll definitely keep it in for the next game. But here I am going to take Deadly Precision because it's very possible that we end up blue-black with this start. It's also really good with Messenger Hawk because you can use the clue that the Hawk makes to cast the Precision. In this is an interesting pack. So this card is not really a real thing to do, like take control of your opponent's turn. I did get my friend with it at Friday Night Magic, where we were in a long board stall situation, and I broke it by 4th last card in my deck was a Secret of Bloodbending. I took control of his turn, made a really bad attack, and then I won. So that was sweet, but that was kind of my bucket list item for the set, and I don't really need to do it. There are 2 cards in this pack that stand out to me. I think all of the cards outside of our colors are pretty bad. I would say it's between First Time Flyer and Sold Out. I think First Time Flyer really needs a lot of support in Lessons to be good, because I am not in the business of really wanting to play a lot of 1/2s for 2. Having said that, it's still good enough. Having said that, it's like, it's good enough if you get like a lot of Lessons. But I think Sold Out is clearly better. Sold Out, I also want to say, is not amazing. A 4-mana removal spell in this set is like, you're often just trading, 1-for-1 at mana parity, and you're not really gaining an advantage. I think it's better than everything else. I will note this is a late Shared Roots and a late Foggy Bottom Swamp, so I'm wondering if blue-black specifically is open, but I don't necessarily want to jump into blue-black. Green-black specifically is open, but I don't necessarily want to jump into green-black just for those cards, just because of the dual lander, just because of the ramp card. Now, having said that, looking at this pack, I wonder if Diligent Zookeeper is actually awesome for us with the double Bird Scouts. I mean, yeah, Diligent Zookeeper, like, probably better than a 3rd Sold Out. I think the marginal returns on Sold Out are pretty low. And yeah, it's looking like green-black is just wide open. And we can play our Messenger Hawks in green-black. We don't get to play any of these initial picks, but I think green-black could be a perfectly fine place for us. I don't think Beifong's Bounty Hunters is very good, but it's probably better than Pirate Peddlers or Sabretooth Moose Lion if we have the opportunity to build around it. And wheeling a Judy is nice. So yeah, I wonder if we're just pivoting green-black. Kind of makes sense. I mean, seeing a Judy this late. Judy, by the way, can make really good use of the Messenger Hawks. Probably Azula on the Hunt is better than Azula Always Lies between the 2 Azulas. I think neither one is that amazing, but whatever. I mean, this is like the last pick. And then Leaves from the Vine is has a place. You do need to get a lesson in your graveyard to make it any good at all. It's very slow, but best of 3 is a slower format, so it may be better in this context. What is this? Tap, add 1 mana of any color, deals 3 damage to you. Yeah, I mean, I am Unlimited Splash, so I love that kind of a thing, but I don't think that is what we're doing today. Okay, best card in the pack. There are 2 really good cards in this pack. One is Secret Tunnel. So the point of Secret Tunnel, forget about the last ability. It's fine, whatever. The last ability, like, sometimes happens. But the main point of Secret Tunnel is that it's unblockable. When a creature has unblockable, that's like a huge deal. That keyword is a huge deal. And if you can earthbend onto Secret Tunnel, you can make it a huge unblockable creature. So in particular, if I have Beifong's Bounty Hunters and I have some giant Colossus die, then I can earthbend a massive amount onto Secret Tunnel and I can get in for a lot. The other really good card is Cave of Two Lovers, makes 2 creatures immediately, then it mana fixes you, then it earthbends 3. If you played in Final Fantasy, then this is like the Chocobo, Call of the Mountain Chocobo of this set. Really good card, really good card. But having said that, I'm just going to snap up Secret Tunnel. There's a lot to be said about this pack. It really feels like blue is very open from the left, but blue felt pretty cut from the right. So I don't really want to fall for Invasion Submersible here. Yes, it's a great Invasion Submersible, but I think we got a very clear signal about what's open. And I'm perfectly happy to just try to stay in our black-green lane and try to get rewarded for it. These things can shift throughout the draft, so you do need to keep being attentive to signals. But to be honest, let's see. Okay, what do I think about Epic Downfall? It's kind of it's a good card. It's kind of conditional. It does get stuck in my hand pretty often. But I think it's close enough to the Invasion Submersible that I'm happy to just take it here. And then we're hoping to wheel maybe a Badger Mole, maybe a Fire Nation Engineer, which I think is probably an underrated card. Wow, I mean, seeing the Foggy Swamp, though, does make me rethink things. Oh, by the way, something to note. Someone is playing the Shrines deck. So that increases the odds that we're going to wheel something pretty good out of this pack. The fact that I see a Foggy Swamp in here makes me wonder if maybe there's a Sultai lane where I could play... Soka's a little bit risky, but maybe I could have Foggy Swamp at least on the splash. It goes really well with the Messenger Hawks. And potentially with Leaves from the Vine. So maybe I do take Foggy Swamp. The other option in green-black would be Ostrich Horse, Pretending Poxbearers, and those are so much lower in power level that I think it's clear that we just take the Foggy Swamp. I love Spirit Water Revival. I'm known for never passing this card. Drawing 7 is all I ever want to be doing in Magic. I think we're actually in one of those situations where green-black was so open coming from the right. It was so clearly the color pair to be in. You know, sold outs were going like 4th last pick, that kind of a thing. And, you know, Moose Lion was like 2nd last pick for the person to my left. It actually might have put them in green-black as well. In a situation like that, I think it's important not to overreact to the early signals because we are going to soon switch and we're passing to that person. So as long as we can scrape by without getting pushed around too much into different colors, I think we're all right. Do I want a second Judy or do I want a first Badger Mole? That's a very interesting choice. I kind of love Judy, but we do not have synergies with Judy. Badger Mole, we have 2 synergies with. One synergy is Secret Tunnel. So Badger Moling onto the Secret Tunnel gets you a 2/2 unblockable. And Badger Mole also goes very nicely with Diligent Zookeeper because this makes it a 6/6. So I think I'm just going to snap up the Badger Mole. Remember the last Judy came around really late, so we can hope that maybe we can wheel that Judy anyways. Here, I think probably the best card is Benevolent River Spirit, but I'm not going to be that deep into blue no matter what. Other than that, it might be, you know, Yip Yip, Canyon Crawler. The Poxbearers is a 2-drop, but I'm actually just going to take the Rebellious Captives for a few reasons. First, we're kind of an Earthbending deck. We have 1 Earthbending payoff, so we don't want to read too much into that, but the payoff being the Secret Tunnel. But you could easily imagine us finding more in green-black, and Rebellious Captives is 4 mana cheaper than the 6/6, which I take very seriously. Wow, this is a late Firebending Lesson and a late Idolquentia, 2 of the very best commons in the set. I don't really know what's happening at this table, to be honest, but I tend to think we should not overreact to that. As I said, I mean, you know, if we're hopping around to every blue card, every red card, just taking the best card in the pack this far into pack 2, we're going to end up with a mess. And we just need to focus on nuts and bolts of limited. Do we have a sufficient creature count? Do we have enough cards? Here, I actually have 2 different options. I think Uncle Iroh is quite bad. Trading down with their 2-drop is just really bad. Earthbending Lesson and Turtle Duck are both not very good. The thing about Earthbending Lesson is it can Earthbend onto our Secret Tunnel, but the thing about Turtle Duck is it becomes a 2/6 with Diligent Zookeeper. I think I'm going to take the Earthbending Lesson just for synergy's sake, even though the Turtle Duck is cheaper, but the thing is, it takes a lot more mana total to make it work. You have to keep paying 3 to make it good. So it's not really a one drop. It's not a one drop that stands on its own for 1 mana. Here, Cycle of Renewal would be pretty nice. I actually think I'll take True Ancestry, though. I think this card's just good if the game is going long, and it's especially good in best of 3. I could take a third Sold Out. We have 3 options. Vindictive Warden helps with our curve. Sold Out is probably the best card in a vacuum. And Sabertooth Moose Lion is kind of, it's a top end beater for our deck. I think I take Sold Out, but I could honestly see a good argument for every single one. I'm very happy to get a Rumble Arena. It could help us splash for Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper, and it's an earthbending target. It's a vigilance creature if you earthbend onto it. Here, I guess we'll just take a Cat Owl out of the pack. And Callous Inspector I'll play, very likely. And Bitterwork is unplayable, I think. Okay, looking at this pack, there's one card that I love above all other cards. Honestly, one of my very favorite cards of the format, which is Catgator. I love Catgator. I would like to take Raucous Audience or Ostrich Horse, to be honest. But I don't think those are first pick cards. I think one of these two is likely to wheel. Looking at the rest of this pack, this is actually a pretty good power level pack. I think people are going to want basically every card in this pack, except maybe Azula Always Lies, Rough Rhino Cavalry, and the Forest. So between Ostrich Horse, Raucous Audience, and Vindictive Warden, I think we're going to get a generic curve filler back out of this pack. So I'm just going to take the Catgator. We're not going to have that high a swamp count, but I think Catgator is good if you hit like 3 swamps. So very happy to just grab that. Here we have 3 possible picks or 4 possible picks. Earth Kingdom General could be fine for us because it can earthbend onto Secret Tunnel or Rumble Arena. We're doing a bunch of earthbending and we want to be doing more earthbending. Corrupt Court Official is okay. It's not like, this is not the best set for this card, but it's fine. I don't want the Swamp Snare Trap because I have double Deadly Precision, Epic Downfall, and triple Sold Out. So I'm actually thinking, oh yeah, and Cycle of Renewal is okay if we want to make our splash to Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper happen. I'm not super attached to that. I don't have that many ways of drawing 2. So I actually think I might just take the Moose Lion here. I really am full of 4 drops. No, you know what? I'm going to take the 2 drop. I just need to have, I think I just need the curve filler. That was another close pick, but I think I just need the curve filler. Oh, I love this card. I wish I were playing Iroh. I actually wonder if this could be a Rocklanch deck. This card is not good. I'm the first to admit that this card is not good, but I actually wonder if this could be the deck for it. I mean, look, I have Secret Tunnel, I have Rumble Arena. I'm going to be playing a basically even number of forests and swamps. And what's the alternative? Ostrich Horse? I might just take the Rocklanch. Again, I know this is like not a good card particularly, but yeah, I think it's just Rocklanch here. Let's see. Oh, wow. I mean, the world really wants us to be taking Cycle of Renewals. Well, I'm not going to take another Rumble Arena because it's just enough Rumble Arenas already. We really want to have a lot of swamps and a lot of forests now. So I think most likely I'm just going to take Canyon Crawler. I don't think the Cabbage Merchant is good. I guess it would be nice to have another 2-drop. We're probably not playing Leaves from the Vine. I think Leaves from the Vine is our first cut. But Cabbage Merchant is just such a bad card. I don't think it's even worth taking to fill our curve. We're not that desperate curve-wise, so probably cut Leaves from the Vine. I suppose if we really want things to do early on, I could take Callous Inspector to go with our double Deadly Precision. That kind of sounds good. There's also a Sabertooth Moose Lion, and I wonder if there's something to be said for just having the beats come down. But with a Badger Mole, Canyon Crawler, and Catgator, and Beifong is another like very slow card. Oh, by the way, Diligent Zookeeper goes great with Catgator. That's a thing to point out. I think we're likely to wheel a Moose Lion, so I'm just going to take the Callous Inspector. Having another Canyon Crawler is awesome. That's definitely better than the Moose Lion. So I'm just going to take that. Maybe I'll cut Azula at this point. I'm probably not playing, don't think I have a way to play the Foggy Swamp. So I'll play Canyon Crawler. We're probably actually cutting Rumble Arena. Oh, Allies at Last is a great one. It's better than Sold Out number 4. Wow, this table hates Sold Outs. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be playing Rumble Arena because it's just too, like the Vigilance doesn't matter so much. And I do want to be hitting my plays on curve, which means the mana fixing does not really help us. So I'll definitely just take the Allies at Last. Here, I don't know, maybe Pirate Peddlers in case we end up trying to do some Judy synergies. Vindictive Warden. I'm probably more likely to play the Pirate Peddlers. Actually, let's put in Pirate Peddlers just as a question mark. I knew we would wheel a Moose Lion. Now that we have a 5-drop, 2 6-drops, and a 7-drop, we're definitely not playing it. So I guess I'll just take a Swamp Snare Trap for the sideboard. I could take another red fixing and maybe play a firebending lesson, but I don't think that's necessary. I think most likely I'm just not going to play earthbending lesson. It's not the best card. Maybe I take merchant. My curve is not good. This card is also not good. I mean, my curve's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 drops, essentially. And then, you know, double deadly precision and epic downfall if we fall behind. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And our deck is definitely a beatdown deck. This is not a deck that's trying to stay at parity in terms of like putting creatures on the board. I wonder if I side out True Ancestry and then I just side it in whenever I'm playing against a particularly slow deck. That might be the thing to do. Okay, so I would say this is the final deck. I have a few ways of oh, actually I want to go 8 and 8. There we go. I have a few ways of earthbending onto Secret Tunnel. By the way, I want to go 8 and 8 because yes, it's true the arena land checker correctly identified that we have some double black, but at the same time we have one payoff for swamps and one payoff for forests, and the canyon crawler lets us find our swamps if need be. So I think 8 and 8 is just correct. And our mana distribution is pretty even otherwise. So we have 4 potential ways of having Secret Tunnel be a win condition. And we just have a lot of win conditions, but some synergies to call out. Like we have 4 Earthbend cards going onto Secret Tunnel as our ideal Earthbend target. We can win, 5 because of Badger Mole. I think we can win a lot of games by just playing like Canyon Crawler, Cat Gators, Badger Moles, and just beating down. Canyon Crawler, the Diligent Zookeeper ends up being amazing in our deck because of Canyon Crawler, Cat Gator, and Badger Mole. It just goes great with all of our top end beaters. We do have a little bit of synergy with Judy on Corrupt Court Official, double Callous Inspector, double Messenger Hawk. So all of these make clues and are just making lots of good stack targets to make a big Judy army. And I figured putting in the Pirate Peddlers is fine. It's a way to keep us alive while we are trying to, you know, do something. And it also can be a win condition on its own. And then Beifong, it's pretty well supported. Not a great card on its own, but I think it's well supported in our deck. We have a lot of cards that are really big on stats. And by the way, you can even do things like turn 5, play a Beifong's County Hunters, and then play a Deadly Precision, sacrificing a Callous Inspector and Earthbending. Or you even sacrifice a Canyon Crawler, Earthbend 6 onto a Secret Tunnel and attack. So, you know, there's some little hidden synergies there. And the main thing to call out is just that our removal package is awesome. Like double Deadly Precision plus Epic Downfall plus Allies at Last and then 3 sold outs. Warning signs for us, our curve is not that great. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. All right, we have our first game. In best of 3, there's a die roll. So looks like we won and we will play first. And this hand is like fine. I mean, I have a turn 1 creature and then I have removal for every single thing that they'll ever play. Love their sleeves. Beautiful sleeves. Good taste. At least my opponent has good taste. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Well, I have nothing to say about that. Just in with the Callous Inspector. Yeah. For a deck that's about curving out and beating down. Well, less curving out, more just beating down. Wow. Maybe I need the card selection of the land that the land that lets you choose. Okay, the land lets you filter colors. Okay, it looks like they're going to fix themselves into their other color. They were definitely mana screwed, and now they no longer are. Okay, I'll play the Diligent Zookeeper. It does not fix me, but you know, this might get Barrels of Blasting Jellied, but I'm suspecting that they actually have something to play here. Most likely I'll just Deadly Precision. I'm guessing what happens here is a 4-drop and then Deadly Precision, and then I Deadly Precision it. Or sorry, a 5-drop and then I Deadly Precision it. I was going to say the other option is like Boomy's Bash on that. But Iroh's Demonstration works too. All right, we have a Secret Tunnel. Let's see. So this guy has Menace. Yeah, I guess it's just Secret Tunnel in with this guy and then Hold Up Sold Out. They did not represent a 5th land. Okay, now they represented a 5th land. Badger Mole. Badger Mole is an annoying one because that's really good against my 1-for-1. I will sell it out though, I think. Yeah, well, I take 2. Do I sell it out? Because the other option is like I block it with Callous Inspector and then sell it out. Nah, that doesn't sound so good. Let's just get rid of it right now. Beifong's bounty hunters. Okay, I can do the trick that I was talking about. So what I do is I Beifong. Okay. Let's be careful here. So what it is tap, 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 Beifong. Then I'm going to sacrifice an artifact or creature to get rid of rebellious captives. I sacrifice my Callous Inspector, getting a clue, and I Earthbend 1. Earthbend onto Secret Tunnel. Rebellious Captives dies, and then I get to attack with a 1/1 unblockable. Most likely what happens now is they just barrels of Blasting Jelly my Beifong, but I got a clue out of it, and I prevented them from playing a land and activating Rebellious Captives, which would have given them 8 power and toughness on the board. Plus, I'm gumming up their turn. Whatever else they would have wanted to do, they no longer get to do if they're going to spend their turn activating the barrels. And it just gives me a more active next turn, because if I draw land or something not very good, I can just crack a clue. It does feel like I have a low creature count, but that's probably because I kept a hand with no creatures. I suppose I could have blocked with Beifong on the theory that they're about to barrels me. Like, maybe their idea is attack, and if I block, they just barrels in response. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? Because otherwise they would have just played their land barrels and attacked for 2 to actually get the damage in. So maybe we're not getting barreled here. A bite spell? The last Agni Kai. Don't mind if you do. That's perfectly fine. A non-land creature you control dies. So your lands dying don't re-trigger Beifong. Solstice Revelations. I love this card. I love that my opponent is trying to make that work. Yeah, I just somehow knew that I was going to whiff. I just had that feeling that it was going to be a whiff. It was just clear to me. Another whiff is not what I saw coming. My deck is full of, like, extremely good threats. So, what can you do? Maybe I do need the card selection. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 7 lands left out of 26 cards. Sigh. I mean, I guess I did keep a 4-lander, or a 3-lander. Yeah, it was only a 3-lander. So I've drawn 4, 5 lands. All right, they have some chump blockers. Another Callous Inspector. That's the worst draw other than a land, for sure. That is the worst draw except a land. Okay. I'll play Callous Inspector. Sigh. I guess I will just play the land. It's not like they're going to Corrupt Court Official me. Oh my goodness. My video's been off this whole time. My bad. Sorry about that. That's so funny. I didn't even notice. My bad. That's so funny. I've never done that before. Whoopsies. Well, you can imagine what my reactions were to drawing land, Callous Inspector. You just imagine what my face looked like. I wonder why they're not killing Beifong. It feels like it maybe would have been a better use of some of these turns. If they attack, I'll snap block with that Callous Inspector. I get a clue and I get to Earthbend 1. That's like an absolute no-brainer to me. It does deal a damage to me, but I think that's just fine. Deadly Precision. Okay, maybe I'm playing too many removal spells. Ooh, I love drawing the Hawk. That is a good one. Play the Hawk. Now, let's see. Do I crack the clue? No, because I want to have allies at last up. So I guess I do attack with Secret Tunnel. I don't think that's going to be blocking. And then I pass. I guess a funny thing to do would be crack the clue. Gonna Earthbend onto that. So I could, in response, zap it with Beifong's Bounty Hunters and Messenger Hawk, but then they could barrels my Beifong's Bounty Hunters. The other thing that I could do is zap it with Secret Tunnel plus Messenger Hawk. I could zap it with Secret Tunnel plus Messenger Hawk, making them barrels something other than Beifong. And whatever they barrels, well, if they barrels the Secret Tunnel, I don't get anything. But if they barrels the Messenger Hawk, I get to Earthbend 1. Then they get a 5/5 and they've spent their turn doing that. And then I just Deadly Precision it next turn. Isn't that kind of a good play? I kind of like that play. I think that might just be good. That might just be good magic. So now they're going to shoot it with barrels. They get a 5/5. But that's their whole turn. If they have a pump spell, that's whatever. If they have a bite spell, I guess that's actively annoying. Is it? No, because that's basically the same as the barrels. All right. Or if they do nothing, I'm happy with that as well. So it actually worked. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that result. I prevented them from getting a 5/5. What are they saving this barrels for? How to start a riot. Menace and prowess. Okay. I think it's very simple. I'm just going to block and block. Makes sense to me. Twin Blades onto Firebending Student. This just killed me earlier today as well. Okay, no, you're going to put it on that. Okay. Yeah, well, that's obviously quite annoying. I'll probably... Yeah, I guess putting them on a 2-turn clock is good, isn't it? Okay. Well, they're not on a 2-turn clock because of the barrels. I forgot about the barrels, didn't I? That's very annoying. So, Pirate Peddlers... So I play Pirate Peddlers. I sack the clue to make it a 3/3. Or I just sack the clue. I pretty much need to kill something here, right? I pretty much need to kill something here. Yeah, so I think it's Pirate Peddlers. Oh, I can Deadly Precision without sacking the clue, but I don't think that's any good. So I'll sacrifice the clue to kill the Porcupine. Get a counter on the Peddlers. And then I attack with Secret Tunnel. And now they barrels the Secret Tunnel and attack with Union Archers, probably. They waited so long for this barrels. I guess maybe they were waiting for me to pack a lot onto the Secret Tunnel. Are they going to attack first? They're not attacking with Union Archers? That does not make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they're... I don't get this. What do you want the extra 2 mana for? You're going to re-equip Twin Blades? Ah, I see. What? But why would you sack your Firebending Student to do that? That's what I don't get. What's this extra mana for? This costs 7 to flashback. What's the extra mana for? Why did they want that extra mana? I do not get it. All right. No, it has mana value 2. What did I say about Epic Downfall getting stuck in your hand? Well, if I attack, they chump with this. And then they crack in for 4. It's not worth it, is it? It's not worth it. Oh, Epic Downfall. You're so not epic. What is it? What did they get? Combustion Man. Okay, that's fine. If you attack with just Union Archers, I block it. If you attack with Union Archers and the 1/1, I block the 1/1. Yeah, I just block it. Preserve my life total. I can kill Combustion Man, so now I just need to hit anything. Oh, that's not anything. 8, 9, so I have 8 lands left in here. Boy, oh boy. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. More, yeah, maybe I really do need the land that scries. I mean, but I had like so many clues. I drew so many extra cards this game. And you get a double striker. Of course you do. Okay. Not helpful. Am I just lost here? I may just be lost. Oh, well, I'm not quite as lost as I would have been if they had that lightning strike. All right. So now they put the Twin Blades on May, give it a double strike counter, and crack in. Well, I'll just chump, clearly. they drew a secret tunnel. And I draw another. Should I be on 16 lands? Maybe. I just feel I got so flooded this game, but maybe my cards are just low impact. Maybe I cut Corrupt Court Official for something way bigger. Badger Mole. Yeah, how did I know? How did I know? 3, 4, 5. Okay, Badger Mole, you showed up at the right time. That was like my only out, I think. Maybe the Earth Kingdom General would actually have been a good inclusion. All right, I'll put it on the Secret Tunnel. And, oh, they, are those both allies? Do they share a creature type? Nope. You cannot make them unblockable. If you draw an ally or a human, you can make them unblockable. If it's a non-creature spell, then May kills Badger Mole. I do have Earthbend 4 in my deck. Oh, you, of course, top decked a Firebending Lesson. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Okay. Am I supposed to be on 16 lands? There's no way. I have like so many 6-drops and stuff. Was it just a bad keep? Maybe I wasn't supposed to keep that hand. I kind of want to play Azula. I mean, I guess True Ancestry would have been good. Kind of want to play Azula. Maybe I play Merchant and Azula, and I cut like Callous Inspector and some of the bad cards. Merchant could be good, I guess. Yeah. This makes my curve so terrible. But that was just so painful. Like, I had so many outs. Maybe I play Vindictive Warden instead of Azula. And then I cut some non-creature. Like, Allies at last? I don't know. Maybe a sold out? Maybe 3 sold outs is too many. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's putting in a worse card instead of a better card, but you have to do what you have to do. All right, I'll be on the play. Oh. A 5-lander. Yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan. I can't handle it. This I can keep, and I'll probably put back maybe Merchant. I technically get to curve out, so that's something, right? Maybe Merchant would have been better than Court Official just for stats reasons. Okay, we got our other color. All right, I'll play the Court Official. All right, I mean, we're still in it. We're still in it. I don't feel like their deck was just so crushingly better than ours. It was just our inability to like draw cards kind of did us in. Ira's Demonstration. Okay, well, I get a card back, so you kind of 1-for-1. Pirate Peddlers, which benefits from the clue. Maybe I need more Earthbending to take advantage of Secret Tunnel. Yeah, and Epic Downfall was exactly the wrong thing to draw when I drew it. So this is just the 1-for-1 game where we just all go 1-for-1 with each other. Auto pay. Lovely. Okay. Is my deck just terrible? Like, I'm just drawing no creatures ever. I feel like I have... It's not that low a creature count, right? It's not like I have no creatures. I mean, yeah, I have like 7 removal spells, but those are all of my non-creature spells. I guess Corrupt Court Official is low impact. Am I just not playing any... Did I forget to put creatures in my deck? Don't I have a 5-drop, a 6-drop, a 6-drop, and a 7-drop? Pretty sure I do. Don't I have a 4-drop, a 4-drop, a 4-drop, and another 4-drop, 3 3-drops, like 6 2-drops, a 1-drop? Don't I have... Didn't I put those in my deck? Or am I just like forgetting? Am I just like hallucinating? Did I put 40 lands in my deck? Is that what I accidentally did? Did I accidentally put 32 lands in this deck? I think I might have put 32 lands in this deck. Was that my mistake? No, 33 lands. I might have accidentally put 33 lands in this deck. So this is 6, 7, 8 lands compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-lands. I'm not even getting that flooded. I guess my cards just suck. Like, yeah, those are 3 terrible cards. But I'm playing a lot of good cards, aren't I? Aren't I? Okay, boomy bashing my Secret Tunnel. Well, I definitely keep playing these because I have theoretically, I might be misremembering. Theoretically, there are cards in my deck that actually are creatures and pay me off for having more of certain types of lands. Theoretically. I don't know if it's true, but that's actually in theory what I believed about the deck. I don't know if it's true though. I have no evidence that there are actually creatures in this deck. Okay, now they're going to get their best creature, but I have a sold out for it. So 8, 9, 10. So there are 7 lands left in here. All right, I'm just going to immediately get rid of that guy. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a land. Or we're going to play, we're going to play a land. We're going to Rebellious Captives. We're going to Earthbend onto the land. And then we're going to attack. Oh, earlier I said Rebellious Captives is 8 power and toughness. It's actually 6. Should I be on 16 lands? But I have so many 6 drops and 7 drops and all this kind of a thing. May is just going to kill me, isn't it? It's so pathetic. Can I get like a creature? That's a creature technically. Yeah, that's technically a creature. All right. It does have Menace. That guy's pretty good after you've been flooded for this long, I guess. Toph. Wow. What a terrible way to lose a game. And you're going to Boomy Bash my Vindictive Warden for 1,000? I guess I could size make sense. Oh, Iro's demonstration? Okay. Like Cat Gator would be nice here. I mean, pretty much anything would have been nice for the last like 15 turns. Okay, you can play it. That's fine. I accept. All right, I should probably just concede, but I guess there are a few draws that get me out of this. I don't know. I guess I need to be playing card selection of some kind. I thought I had good draw. I'm playing 2 Messenger Hawks, 2 of the guys that make a clue. There's a Messenger Hawk. And another land. Well, I'll play another turn, I guess. So sad. I guess I just don't have enough like big creatures in my deck. Is that the issue? So you can put a double strike counter on it. Yep, I just have no blocks. Incredible. Incredible. I can't even block. That's incredible. Oh, you can put a double strike counter on it, but I actually could have blocked, couldn't I? All right, I have to not get so tilted that I'm not even thinking anymore. All right, let's put this on the swamp. And then, yeah, I guess I'll just attack with Messenger Hawk. I don't really see why not. In for 1. All right, you crack a land. I still have a sold out, a Deadly Precision. Yeah, and you found a Badger Mole. That's so awesome. Of course you found a Badger Mole. I mean, I could draw a sold out, I guess. Or I could just draw a forest. Wow. What a horrible match. I wonder how I can adjust my deck. Well, we're not getting play-in points at this rate, that's for sure. What's wrong with this deck? Okay, let's analyze the deck. Let's practice the skill of analyzing the deck. We have 15 creatures and 8 non-creatures. I guess I could get the creature count a little higher. Cut a sold out. And cut something else. I kind of want to just play Azula. Cut a sold out for an Azula. 7 non-creatures is not that many non-creatures. And then should I be at 16 lands? I don't think so. There's like no way, right? I have 2 cards that reward me for having more basics. I have a 5-drop, 2 6-drops, and a 7-drop. I have 3 4-drops, 4 3-drops, 4 2-drops, 2 1-drops. I have no card advantage. I have no card selection. Okay, maybe I'll cut a forest and I'll put in the Scryland. Just to get like some little extra bit of card selection. What a bad beat. Like, I just couldn't land a permanent the whole match, and it's like I didn't see my 7 drop either of my 6 drops. I did see my 5 drop right on time in game 1. I saw my 4 drop once. All right, well, better luck on the next one, I guess. Okay, we won the dice roll again, so I'll be on the play, and I will play a Callous Inspector. This is more like what I thought my deck would do. I guess this Azula would have been a second sold out, so now maybe this is more like what my deck does. All right, in for 1 and a Rebellious Captives. Pretty nice draw. A very nice draw. I mean, my cards are pretty low impact. Like, I guess my cards are just not that good, and that's part of why it feels like we're getting flooded. Because when we play cards, they don't have that much of an impact. All right. Hopefully draw some swamps to even out this Cat Gator. Opponents on blue-red something? Do they have a lesson to buff their flyer? Perhaps they have a lesson that they'll play at instant speed. So I think let's... Maybe I start with Azula to see if it's Quench. Do I play Azula into Quench? Yeah, because it's not like I'm doing that much on the board, and it's not like Azula is that good. So I'll play this into Quench. It preserves... Okay. I was going to say it like clears the way for Sold Out. Or Cat Gator when the time comes. And it gives, much more importantly, it gives them a must answer threat. They have to do something about Azula. Okay, I don't mind this at all. So I think I just attack with everything. And then if they do some kind of multi-block, I'm going to Sold Out one of their creatures. A triple block on Azula would be pretty natural for them here. Otherwise, I could have played Pirate Peddler before cracking the clue with the firebending mana, but I just think this is a good use of removal. So next turn they get a mounting. Yeah, so they'll definitely be on 5. I think this is... So this is a situation where I'll just spend my turn doing this, right? Thanks to the firebending damage off of Azula. Yeah, I could pay 6. All right. So now we have quite a board, actually. This is what I thought this deck was going to do. This is what I thought this deck was going to do. Rats. It's too bad we dropped the first one and we can't get any play-in points now. But hey, we can still get gems back and live to fight another day. That's the goal, right? Living to fight another day is the goal. Passing through their turn, interesting. Okay, so I think I'll play the Pirate Peddlers pre-combat. I can pay for Quench. And the idea of this is now I can sack my clue with the firebending mana. So in with the team, they could still play a lesson and eat my 2/2. So yeah, I'll just pass to blockers and see what happens. Fire Nation attacks. Okay. I wonder what's getting blocked. They have to make some pretty fancy blocks, I believe. Before I cannot pass through damage, by the way. If I do, I don't get to activate my clue because the firebending mana go away. All right, crack a clue, put a counter on the peddlers, draw a card. Maybe I got a swamp, that would be nice. No, that's fine. I drew all my lands match 1, and now I don't have any lands left to draw match 2. It's like a classic error that people make sometimes. Earthbend 3, so you get a blocker on the ground. But I do have a Sold Out. I do have a Sold Out, which I can cast off of firebending mana before blocks and still have 3 mana up. So they seem like an aggro deck, like blue-red. Blue-red is it spells aggro kind of a thing. It's just that they didn't really hit their aggro marks. But I don't think you play like Fire Nation attacks in like a control deck. Well, maybe. It is kind of incremental value over time. Okay, let's play the Secret Tunnel. And then I'm going to... We're 1 mana off of a Cat Gator for 1. Then I'm going to attack with everything. 2 mana for a Sold Out, leaving me with 4 mana left, but it takes my only black, so I can crack 2 clues. Yeah, that seems fine. So actually, maybe I just Sold Out before combat, just to see if it resolves. Because I know for sure I want to do that. I have 2 mana up. Well, you can't. Oh yeah, you can't quench. You don't have quench mana. They're clearly representing not having quench. It's kind of interesting. Azula can't attack when you're really low. Block, block, block. Okay, well, I'm gonna crack a clue off of the... I guess I could have not played the Secret Tunnel so that I would have black mana up. But okay. Bonk, bonk, and bonk. You get your mountain back. And let's see what you've got. Could be quite a lot. They could have quite a lot here. But I do have a Deadly Precision, which makes me feel better about the whole situation. Iroh Tea-Master. Love this guy. You do make a food. I love this card. This is such a fun card. Are you going to give me a land? I accept. I accept the land. Now I can Cat Gator for 1. It might actually be relevant. If they go up to 5 on the and then double block a 4/4, Cat Gator for 1 might actually give me the win. Which is really funny. I don't think they're going to double block, though. I think they'll block 1 on each. Oh, I can actually just Cat Gator their face. But they have the food out, so that doesn't automatically win. All right, in with both. They technically have Quench up, but they would have had to just draw Quench right now. What'll it be? Octopus Swarm? How to start a riot? Okay, so Cat Gator wins. I don't know how I feel about showing them the Cat Gator right now, but I think if you have lethal, you just go for it. All right. Now they know to look out for Cat Gator, but that's okay. This is a more active version of the deck. Maybe the triple Sold Out was just a bit much. Oh, this is a weird glitch. The cards are disappearing when I drag them. Huh. So strange. Yeah, maybe I'd also play the Merchant over the Vindictive Warden over something. I like this version more. I kind of like the Vindictive Warden, but yeah, maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like this. Could be Vindictive Warden over like Corrupt Court Official or something, but yeah, I think this makes sense to me. At least our deck was like doing what I thought it would do, which is just put stats on the board and attack. It was kind of disappointing match 1 that we just couldn't even like land a creature. Yeah, this is what I thought would happen. 1, 2, 3. They're not like the world's best creatures, but Judico's nice with Callous Inspector. I have no complaints on that front. Like I even have synergy, right? Okay, they mulliganed and they're on the play. Rumble Arena, Scry, and Barrels? Sure. Callous Inspector. Yeah, I'm still gonna play Judy turn 2, not the captives. All right, first time flyer. I will get in there for 1 damage, play a forest, and play Judy. See what you got. I could play Rebellious Captives and sack the Inspector, actually. Maybe that's sweeter than Messenger Hawk. Yeah, that's sweeter than Messenger Hawk. That's got to be what I do. So I attack with Callous Inspector first, unless they play a creature here. Oh, Jeskai. Yeah, I forgot to note what if they played another color last game. I don't even remember. Which I should. Okay. Okay. So this only is a sorcery. Yeah. So let's do that right now and surveil. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect what I do, but that definitely goes on top. Sack this guy. Okay, well, actually, knowing that, like, having the Messenger Hawk out would be nice because Diligent Zookeeper makes it a 3/4. But that's okay. That's okay. Love Judy. That card is so much fun. So maybe what I do next turn is actually play a Messenger Hawk and then sack a clue to Judy. Do I attack with a Judy? Yeah, might as well attack with a Judy. Well, no, because Porcupine could just get buffed. So this could also get quenched buffing Porcupine. Borcupine. All right. Fine by me. I mean, I'm happy that it resolves. And then let's make another Judy. Epic Downfall and Porcupine. Don't mind if I do. Sacking a clue. Heck yeah. Judy for the freaking win. This card is so good. This card is so good. Let's go with no attacks. Ong Swift Savior. That's a good one. Are you going to get to flip it and attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you might get to flip it, attack, and buff all your stuff. But then I'm going to probably Epic Downfall it next turn. Epic Downfall, and then do I crack the clue, or do I do a Judy activation? Would I rather have a Judy into Surveil or another card in my hand? Probably a Judy into Surveil. Too bad that Judy's a human. Epic Downfall in the Ong is better than Sold Out because Epic Downfall is Quench immune, although I don't think that they have Quench. I will take it. Absolutely no reason to block here. Wandering Musicians. Okay. So, yeah. I think it's pretty clear that I just Epic Downfall that guy, exile it, just not have to worry about that anymore. And then I'll Judy. Having another 2/2 on the board is probably good in this situation. Judy. Actually, do I want Corrupt Court Official? Yeah, it's another thing to sack to Judy. Yeah. That actually seems fine. And yeah, I'll sack the clue. No need to attack. So you can crack in with the musicians. I'm just... Do I triple block? Or quadruple block? You could barrels me. And kill 2 more. I would probably just take it. All right. I'll attempt a musicians, see what happens. I like the idea of having them in top deck mode. Quite like that idea. What is it? You have to cast a removal spell? Lost Days on a Judy. Okay, that's fine. Sure. And then I will sacrifice the Court Official. Badger Mole, unfortunately, has to go in the bin. I really need lands. Well... It's so nice with the Zookeeper. No, I just need lands. I just need lands. Sorry, Badger Mole, you're awesome, but now is not the time. No attacks. I don't have great blocks, unfortunately. Now my lands are being very shy. I have found enough lands to be active, but not enough to be winning. All right, take it. And you found a flexible waterbender. I guess that's okay. Okay, land is very nice here. Very, very nice. So what I'll do is I'll play a land. I could sold out maybe the Wandering Musicians, but I could also just play a Diligent Zookeeper and ask them to spend their turn barrelsing my Zookeeper. So my options are Zookeeper. Zookeeper probably gets barrels, and then they're probably just attacking with everything. Or holding up a Sold Out. Holding up Sold Out might be the best option, to be honest. I think let's Surveil. I kind of want to sell out because it actually changes the board state. Do I want a Messenger Hawk? Maybe. Maybe. It kind of seems good. Or do I just want more lands? Messenger Hawk does help me get more lands. It gets buffed by the Zookeeper, but the Zookeeper is, I'm imagining, not long for this world with a bunch of Messenger Hawks running around. I think I just want the lands. Well, I can go 1, 2, 3, and 2 Judy activations. I think I put it in the bin. I think I just want lands. All right, next. Do I just sell out right now? Yeah, because I'm probably going to do that before attackers anyways. So let's go with no attacks, and then I'm just going to sell this guy out right now. It's pretty dangerous. I don't really want them to get to counter my sellout and attack for 1 million. I think Wandering Musicians is very dangerous on that board. We'll see if they feel motivated to barrels me. I guess this Borcupine could get really big now. Another land is kind of nice because it lets me activate the Rebellious Captives. That might provoke them to barrels. They might barrels the Captives right now to stop me from getting the other 2/2. That's the other thing. Which would be really nice, because that would mean I successfully slow rolled the Zookeeper. Going in for 2. Kind of just want to quadruple block the Waterbender. Then they can barrel something and Waterbend. And they basically get a 3-for-1 sort of. A pseudo 3-for-1. I think I'm happy with this. I really want to provoke them to barrels, honestly. So you Waterbend first. Yep. And right now you can kill 2 creatures. Okay. You did not barrels. I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't barrels. I guess that makes sense, yeah. What did you top deck? Ong's Journey, okay. If I get 2 swamps, I'm really happy. And then you crack your clue. Okay, Rockalanche for 2 is horrible. So let's not do that. Let's start by trying to get a land on top. I guess swamp cycling is good, right? That's basically a swamp. I really want a swamp specifically. So, okay, I guess that's a good one to keep on top. I don't know, maybe I'm just screwing this game up terribly. All right, I probably attack with Messenger Hawk because no way can I block with it. And then I imagine they barrels my Diligent Zookeeper. If they have a non-creature spell, their Borcupine becomes a 5/5. It's really, really bad. An Octopus Form or something blows me out here if they attack with the Borcupine. I mean, I tried for so long to bait the barrels to hit anything else, but I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't present another threat. So that's how it goes. Swamp cycle, get a swamp, play the swamp. The next land is really good. Probably, do I Earthbend and then sack the land to Judy? I definitely attack with Messenger Hawk. Earthbend onto a swamp. And then I'll sack the swamp to Judy to net 1 Judy. Another swamp is amazing. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's good. The other swamp is good. So now I can Catgator the Borcupine, perhaps. If they have a trick, I want to get it out of their hand right now. I probably just chump block Borcupine, honestly. I don't really want to get 2 Judys killed by a random abandoned attachments. They could have done that during combat. I'm curious about the decision not to. Well, I hope they don't have a Quench now. If they top decked a Quench... Oh, Wartime Protesters. Well, I'll double block Wartime Protesters, of course. Right? Yep. Double block Wartime Protesters. Bonk, bonk, bonk. That was a very interesting attack by the opponent. I'm not really sure. I guess it just means they don't have another ally in hand. They probably didn't see Catgator for 5 coming, I guess. That's the reality of their situation. Catgator for 5 is a pretty brutal one. Bonk, bonk. And now I am holding a 2/2. A beautiful 2/2. Dragonfly Swarm. Oh, that's such a good one. That is such a good one. Okay. Drawing a forest is all right, I suppose. So I can flash this back. Yeah, so I guess I'll start by cracking Judy. Sold Out is a nice one, absolutely. I like that a lot. So I'll put this Sold Out on top, get rid of this Judy, play a forest, and then rock a Lanch for 3. 3 is the amount that can attack. And then I go in with everything, right? Definitely. Oh, not Messenger Hawk, but everything else. In with the other 2. Professor Zay can bring back what? Abandoned Attachments, Ong's Journey. Oh, Lost Days. Lost Days is a good one for them. Okay, I accept. Oh, I definitely accept. Yeah, I very much accept this. Now, I don't have lethal, or I don't have like an attacker. I just have a Lost Days. I suppose I can keep making Judy's. Professor Zay, they might just keep around to be pilfering. What's this ward? Ward 1? That's fine. Okay. All right. So, do I just sack my Messenger Hawk here? I wonder. Basically, like, attack with the Messenger Hawk. They block with Dragonfly Swarm, then I sell out and make a clue. Probably not. Probably I just want to have the Hawk. Or actually, hold on. First, let's Judy for 0. You know, Judy to net 0 Judys. All right, well, that can go straight in the bin. If I had seen something like really amazing on top, I would have done the Messenger Hawk play, but I did not. So get rid of that guy. I'll pay the ward. Yep. It does not draw you a card. And then I attack for 1. Oh boy. And then Professor Zay can turn your mountain into something. Wow. Well, looks like we're going to game 3. I also put Badger Mole in the bin, so I don't even have Badger Mole, and I'm missing Cat Gator and a Canyon Crawler. And Diligent Zookeeper. Beifong is not very good here. So yeah, looks like we're going to game 3. It looks like we're going to game 3. Are they going to flash back their Lost Days? That's what I would do probably. No, I would do what they just did. I would pilfer the mountain. Another one. Well, I guess that's fine. It's not like they're attacking. Horrible draw, obviously. Very horrible draw. Merchant is kind of nice, I guess. It like nets me a card, and it's something that I can be sacking to Judy. So I guess I don't hate that. Bonk in. Technically, it also gives me a blocker for the 3/3 that they're about to have, but then they're going to have a 6/6. But yeah, netting Judy's is pretty nice. I actually should have played the land because I'm about to be very mana hungry. Then you get a mountain. Oh, they failed to find a mountain. Did they really? Oh, I guess I have some in the bin. Interesting. Yeah, and they are 3 colors, so. Is red a splash for them? Are you going to get Lost Days? Yeah, it makes sense. Getting rid of the merchant. Getting rid of Judy. Huh. Okay. I guess that is the more important piece. I really should have played the land. That was a mistake not to. That was definitely a mistake not to. I probably should just concede. I guess if I can draw a Canyon Crawler, we're good. I mean, not good, but... Okay, so this would be taking 6. No, I can't do that. I just block here. Definitely should have played the land. It was definitely a blunder not to. I didn't really think it through. Okay, so cycle this guy back. Play it. Probably sack it to get rid of the Rumble Arena. Well, no, I could... Hold on. I could hope that they are going to put, like, stack both counters onto one land, and then I get to chump block it with the merchant. There's absolutely no reason that they should do that, but hey, maybe they would. Maybe they would. They did not. I guess I double walk and go to 1. I don't know. Okay, we can just go to the next game. Octopus Swarm, sure. Okay, maybe I cut a Deadly Precision. I just need more threats, like Hog Monkey, I guess. Earthbending Lesson. I just like, I really thought that my deck was going to curve out. Or not even curve out. Like, the curve is not that great. It's just, I thought I was going to be dealing damage like ever. And I'm just not. Let's get a little bit slower and a little bit more threat dense, I guess. Something like this. Cut some removal. It's just kind of disappointing that I just can't seem to land threats and deal damage. I also keep going 1 and 2. I keep winning the first game and losing 2. That's what keeps happening to me, which is disappointing because it's like in traditional draft, you don't get any points for game wins. All right, Rebellious Captives is a nice draw. Rockalanche is so awkward here. It's a 1/1 for 3. That's why this card is no good. In mono green, I guess it could be good. At least our Cat Gator is getting nice. I will not be playing the 1/1 for 3, I don't think. Horrible. I mean, doing essentially nothing turns... Doing nothing turns 1 and 3 is really bad. At least, the only thing I can say is at least we're hitting our land drops. Well, that guy is going to get downfalled. The question is, I think let's land Azula first. I really want to be mana efficient. I'll probably cycle the Canyon Crawler, to be honest. First, let's attack. I highly doubt they're going to block. Maybe they will. Because it has a death trigger, yeah. Okay, they do. Then I'll just play Azula. Azula was how we won game 1, so... I guess they do have Lightning Strike, I think. Pretty sure I've seen that from them. The matches are really starting to blend together in my mind for sure. Looks like this thing can catch fire. But it can't. If I don't get a land, then Downfall can get quenched, but I haven't seen a quench. I don't think I've seen a quench from them all 3 games. Okay. I think that's fine. Rockalanche becomes a 2/2. Now no way am I cycling the Crawler. Play the land. Yeah, I guess I'll go in maybe just with Azula. And then Epic Downfall, crack the Clue. Oh, I could have gone in with Rebellious Captives because they can't double block. That was actually a blunder, wasn't it? Because they actually can't double block because I could have just done 6. But I think it's probably nice to just get rid of Dragonfly Swarm here. Oh, Sold Out on the Swarm is actually better, I think. Because it's more mana. I think this is just better. I highly doubt I'm going to want to Sold Out something that only costs 2 mana. So I think it's just as good. Technically, I guess Sold Out on a land is pretty brutal after they Earthbend. So I guess that's something to keep in mind. But all right, definitely just in with both. Firebending 2, make a clue. Next. So I can crack my clue and make a 6/6. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go to blockers. Double blocking Azula. I will activate this, putting that on a land. And then I will also crack the clue. And you take 4, putting you to 10. Bonk, bonk, and bonk. Rockalanche for 3 is kind of nice, making a 5/5. I hope they just invest in a big creature here. That's what I hope. I haven't really seen any big creatures from them, though. The biggest are the Dragonfly Swarms, honestly. Which right now would be a 1/3. I am 1 mana away from Cat Gator. If I draw a land, if they tap out and I draw a land, I can Cat Gator them. Okay, well now Epic Downfall is looking very tempting. Epic Downfall plus Rockalanche. Yeah, this thing does have Vigilance, so that makes sense. And then what are you doing with your mana is my question. This is a very aggressive attack. This is a very aggressive attack. How to start a riot. This is a very aggressive attack. Okay, all right. So they said they're the beatdown. Let's see. So I probably want to Epic Downfall the Porcupine. Am I just going to die to a How to Start a Riot? This is so sad. Okay. Merchant, Epic Downfall, but I can't also Rock-a-Lanche. Epic Downfall and Porcupine first. I know that I want to do that, 100%. And then maybe I just... The problem is Rock-a-Lanche doesn't give me another blocker, and Merchant doesn't give me another blocker. What I can do is Rock-a-Lanche onto the Forest. If I Rock-a-Lanche onto the Forest and attack, it puts him on a 2-turn clock. Then I die to like Airbending Lesson plus Octopus Form. I really don't want to put myself in that position. So maybe I just play an extra creature, basically. The other option is, I haven't played a land yet, have I? I could cycle the Canyon Crawler on the theory that I just don't have enough lands here. I haven't played a land route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cat Gator would be a really nice one. I don't have a way of threatening lethal, do I? No way. Okay, let's just play the Merchant. And then end of turn, I can cycle Canyon Crawler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. End of turn, I cycle Canyon Crawler to get a Cat Gator. And then I can nuke whatever they have. I highly doubt they have Quench. They just haven't shown it. As far as I can remember, unless they actually have shown it, and then I'm looking like a fool. I think cycling it... Well, maybe I don't cycle it, and maybe I just try to tempt... No, I cycle it. I have too much in my hand, and I just need to convert it into things on the board. Okay, actually, Badger Mole is better. It doesn't get quenched, for one thing. So do I play a Badger Mole and make another blocker? Or do I play a Badger Mole, make a 4/4, and attack? Kind of like attacking. I think attacking is good here. Do they have 2 How to Start a Riots? I think I have only seen 1. 1, 2, 3. I still don't die to the second How to Start a Riot alone, right? 1, 2. Oh no, I would. 1, 2, 3. I can only block 3. So I died at another How to Start a Riot, but I haven't seen a second one. Okay, maybe I'm just going to play it safe again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So they're 1 away from getting to cast another one of those. I'm playing very scared. I think if it's How to Start a Riot, then it's How to Start a Riot. I haven't seen 2 from them. Okay, don't mind if you do. I'll kill the Rumble Arena. All right, so it's not How to Start a Riot. They do get to scry. 1 on top. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. How to Start a Riot is so brutal. It did how much damage to me? Like 11 or something. Like I was at a great life total and then I got rioted. Well, now all that I do is attempt to resolve a Cat Gator. Hopefully they play something with 4 toughness and then I Cat Gator it. That's the ideal. I'm not sure that that was the ideal, but it's in the ballpark. I mean, I obviously have to block, so I'll block. When you have to block, you might as well block. Am I right? All right, I'll shoot their 2/2. Now I don't even think that I die to Riot, so in with both, right? 3, 6, 9, yeah. Plus I have a lifelinker that they would have to deal with. I mean, they do have a 3/3. But now I can Rock-a-Lanche plus Earthbending Lesson for 7, making this a 7/7 unblockable. It's not quite lethal, but it's close to it. Iroh T-Master makes a food. That's quite annoying, obviously. That is clearly quite annoying to me. I won't lie. You get a 2/2. I'll absolutely block and gain my life. And you get to scry. Or you have an octopus form. Sure. I gain my life though. I don't think that was very good for you. But I think you did have to do something, so it makes sense. All right, I will earthbend 3 onto Secret Tunnel. And then I'll earthbend 4 onto Secret Tunnel. And if you have a bounce spell, I'm cooked. I mean, they might have Get Lost, then I'm probably lost. Get Lost means I lost. Or something. All right, bonk. Any other removal I'm not so scared of because I can Rock Avalanche onto the Secret Tunnel again next turn. But it is only 3. It keeps being 1 short of lethal, which is really funny. Did we get there? Boy, I would like to win a match. Boy, I would like to win a match. All right, Iroh, giving me a plains, getting a 3/3. They don't have their food anymore. I'm not going to attack with more than 1 creature, so technically, Secret Tunnel, if they like got rid of it, I could have made the Merchant and other things unlockable. Wow, they really found Get Lost, huh? This person, I mean, they just have everything all the time, as far as I'm concerned. So I'll play Canyon Crawler, and then I think I probably also will... Like, I could slap down the Messenger Hawk. The thing about that is I might want the life gain, but I don't think I need the life gain this turn. Very unlikely. If they find another How to Start a Riot, or they manage to like recur their How to Start a Riot somehow, I still think I have blocks. So I think just developing the Messenger Hawk puts someone away from lethal on its own. Next turn I can draw the Secret Tunnel. As far as I know, this is their only Lost Days. I think I've only seen 1 Lost Days from them. Okay. And Ahsoka. All right. Wow. And then you make a 4/4. Oh boy. Well, I think I will draw the clue to get my Secret Tunnel in 1 turn earlier. I mean, draw the card. Play a land. I think I offer the trade with First Time Flyer, probably. I'm at 16. Barring another How to Start a Riot, I think I'm okay. I mean, okay as in not dead yet. Not necessarily okay as in I'm all good. So first I will attack with the Messenger Hawk, because I think that it puts them to 1. Okay, they'll block. Interesting. Sure. And then I'll play this guy. Oh, you know what I just realized? I actually had lethal. Because I played the Secret Tunnel, I could have made... I actually do have creatures that share creature type. So I actually may have blundered the game away right there. I may have blundered the game away right there. They pass to combat. Yep, makes sense. And I assume they attack with everything. But we'll see. If they drew a good response, they won't. Okay, I'm just going to do this right now. Get a counter on my Peddler. My turn. And then play a forest, and that's lethal. So I could also make 2 things unblockable, but let's attempt it. Play a forest and go in with a lethal Secret Tunnel. Does it happen? I did need that forest, but I also could have just made one of my creatures unblockable. All right, we got there. Wow, what an unbelievable grind. Well, okay, so we got 1 win at least. All right, I had to step away for a while, but we're back for match 3. I'm actually kind of optimistic. I think the first 2 matches maybe understated the quality of the deck. Barely. The first match was a very unlikely series of draws, I think. The second match, it's almost like the classic rock, paper, scissors, where aggro beats control, control beats mid-range, and mid-range beats aggro. probably the worst possible matchup for us is one like the last game where they are generating tons of card advantage over the top of our deck. So if we're playing cards like Merchant of Many Hats and they're drawing like 3 off of Waterbending Lesson, yeah, it's not the best. Ooh, our opponent is stuck on 3. Our opponent is stuck on 1 land, it seems. I guess I'll make it even a little bit more painful with the Corrupt Court Official. I suppose I could have cycled the Canyon Crawler to try to hit Azula on curve, just to make it a little bit more painful, but I don't know. I think the Canyon Crawler is a really nice one as well if we can just draw a few more lands. And this deck has been much more prone to flood than to screw. And yeah, we can always just naturally draw the 4th land like that. Down comes Azula and pass back. See, this is the kind of game that we should be set up to win, not quite by default, but close to it, because we're just doing so much extra damage. I think it's pretty clear that I just clear the road and attack. Basically, we're just pushing as much damage as we possibly can. It's worth using the removal spell to get the extra 2 damage for sure. So in we go, bonk, bonk, and bonk, and I forgot to, okay, I still can crack my clue, good, good, good. I was wondering if I still get that stop on Arena automatically. I know I technically am allowed to do that, but good thing I don't have to hold full control to make it happen. And that's game 1. All right, so what did we learn? Platypus Bear, Soka, they're doing some kind of Jeskai. No, because I also have green. So it's like 4 color lessons. Maybe I want to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe I put in Vindictive Warden over something slower, over the second Canyon Crawler. Cutting Canyon Crawler for Vindictive Warden. How do I feel about that? No, I don't want to do that. I do want to get a little bit faster, but how do I achieve that? Should I be on 16 lands? No, I've always wanted to hit Cat Gator or Canyon Crawler. Like, I'm constantly looking at those in my hand. I think 17 is definitely right. Maybe I put in Vindictive Warden over like Pirate Peddlers or something like that. The Menace might be nice. I'll ponder this for a moment. Okay, yeah, I think I like this build. A little bit more stats, but I'm not cutting great cards for mediocre cards. Or actively good cards, at least, for mediocre cards. So we're on the draw with quite a bad hand. I think I will be the one mulliganing, because I have no play if I don't draw Swamp. This is a much, much better hand. Much better hand. I think I probably just put back allies. Yeah, I actively like this hand. I do need to draw, you know, some good stuff. Oh, the opponent's also on the mall. Yeah, I do need to draw green eventually, some lands. Yep, I'm not looking at any double pips, so let's just start with that. I guess that's what I want. Yeah, I guess that's what I want. Master Paku. Okay, he cannot be epically downfalled. I'll just play a land and a merchant. Then I'm probably putting down Vindictive Warden turn 3 rather than Hawk turn 3. Just for more power and toughness. Earthbender Ascension. That's a good one. It does make Vindictive Warden look better than the Hawk, because it can block a 2-power creature. Yep, that's a tough one. That's a very, very good card. Are they just 5 colors? They might just be straight up 5 colors. Or they could just be, Teamer Lessons with a white splash. But note that they went for a blue. Did I misread? I thought they milled a Jeskai Legend. Or Jeskai Rare. Well, I'll take that. Was I wrong? I thought they milled a Jeskai card. I'll play Vindictive Warden and I'm not going to attack. I'm not attacking because my blocks are really good, I think. And I can start attacking with Vindictive Warden if I want to. If they play a 3 mana cost creature, then I get to Epic Downfall, but they did not. Do I attack here? I think I can attack with the Vindictive Warden. Would I trade Vindictive Warden for Master Paku? Well, first I play the Messenger Hawk. Oh, they might quench me. They might quench me. Okay. That's not amazing for me, but I guess I don't care about it that much. And now I'm not going to attack. Paku, you have a way of tapping him? Abandon attachments, okay. Pitching something and drawing 2, and then drawing another one. So they just got a full refresh on their hand. Probably they've hit whatever lands they needed to hit now. So they pitched a forest. Does that mean they didn't? Does that mean they deliberately didn't play a land to abandon attachments? They were on the play, right? Yeah. Oh no, because I have them out. Never mind. I'm undercounting. Okay, so I think I'm going to Epic Downfall the Porcupine in with the Warden. Because Merchant can block them out and I don't really care. Pass through. I can get rid of the land, that's okay. And then now I'll play Messenger Hawk. We'll see if they top decked another Quench. They did not. Yeah, so they can do some damage to me here, but I think in the long run I'm the beatdown. They don't seem like super aggressive. They are Earthbender Ascensioning a lot, so that's going to get out of control. Geyser Leaper, you say. Okay. Maybe I'm not the beatdown. No, I still think, look, I'm about to put down a lot of stats here. So I can attack with Messenger Hawk, but I don't think I want to. I think it's just land, Badger Mole, and I'm going to Earthbend onto the Vigilance land. If I can top deck some removal for that Geyser Leaper, that would be really nice. I have no attacks. Okay, as I say, I could have attacked with a Messenger Hawk, but I'm about to start attacking next turn. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have ripped off the Epic Downfall so quick on the Porcupine, but that card can get out of control. They're putting it on the mountain, interesting. So they're not putting all their eggs in the Geyser Leaper basket. What's this do? Yeah, nothing relevant. So you can get a 2/4 Paku, a 3/3 mountain, or a 5/4 in the air. If I were you, I'd probably want the 5/4 in the air because it just demands that I find an answer to it. Should I be playing Sold Out instead of this Vindictive Warden? Maybe. I'd rather have the Sold Out right now. So maybe in this matchup it's just good. Boomy Bash. Okay. All right, I'd like to draw a removal spell, please. I will take it. That's an interesting one. That's probably fine, actually. Because it gains me back 3 life. So I attack with the Hawk and I play that guy. Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right. Get a food, go down to 11. But then I have some pretty monstrous attacks. Leaves from the Vine. Okay. They get a food. The race is heating up, folks. 2, 3. They definitely have lessons in the bin. Oh, waterbending lesson, yeah. Was I hallucinating that they're playing Jeskai? I wonder what I saw. I should have clicked on it. I just, like, I saw it get mailed out of the corner of my eye. Okay, I'm attacking for a lot, though, right? Ooh, that's a good one. I'm just going to rip that off right now. I do not want to risk. I mean, they can draw a card, then discard a card, but that's not relevant. I don't want to risk them finding, like, Octopus Form or something. It's not worth trying to bait Leaves from the Vine counters or anything. Yeah, I don't think you have anything here. You could sack this to draw a card, then Waterbend to draw and discard, but then you have no lands left, right? It costs 4 to sack this and draw. Yeah. I don't think you have any opportunity to find an answer. Okay. All right, they let it resolve. I will attack with Messenger Hawk and Canyon Crawler. I have pretty good blocks. Before damage, crack my Clue. Don't think I'm leaving myself too open here. And yeah, I mean, this is a 2-turn clock. I mean, not really, because they can start blocking the Canyon Crawler, but I'll definitely just play this. Having more lands is really important. Like, Vindictive Warden can go off. If I get another land next turn and play it, then I can do Vindictive Warden plus sack of food. All right, you get a card You get some counters. I'll just chump block, basically. I'll just chump block the mountain, and Master Paku can go off. Oh, you can give something trample. It's true. I'm giving Master Paku trample. Do I care about the warden counters? Yeah, probably. Or the warden living? Probably. This could definitely deliver lethal in the long run. So this guy has trample and prowess. I'll just chump with merchant, right? I don't really care about merchant. I don't think he's getting through for damage. I'll just chump. Keep my life total. Okay, it's not really a chump, but it's like gain 2, basically. That is a heck of a card here. Love the Diligent Zookeeper in this build. It's so cool. Canyon Crawler becomes an 8/8. Messenger Hawk becomes a 3/4 flyer. I put it in because of the Messenger Hawks, for real. So attack, attack, attack. And if I attack with the Rumble Arena, they have to block Canyon Crawler very likely, right? Let's analyze this. They probably have to block Canyon Crawler. Otherwise it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and that would be lethal. So I think let's force them to have an answer for Canyon Crawler. Oh, no, sorry. They have a food. They have a food. So maybe it was a slightly aggressive attack. But yeah, they pretty much had to block the Canyon Crawler anyways. So actually, they cannot crack the clue or the food. Yeah. If they do it before damage, that's fine. If they do it before damage, that is fine. Now the question is, am I going to... I could bring back the merchant with the firebending mana. Or I could activate the warden once. I think let's pull back the merchant with our firebending mana. So I might as well just do this right now. And then they get a counter on Paku. All right. Honestly, I'm just going to double block Paku, I think. It's wasteful, but I don't really want to get got by the double strike equipment here. I think it's a very easy double block. Well, okay, if I single block, what happens if they double strike it? I still live, but like double strike plus octopus worm, that's implausible. I just don't need all this material. I just don't need all of this. You can kill my Zookeeper. I accept. I just think it's like, this is a situation where why even take any risks? Yeah. All right, we got there. Yeah, that was a fun one. So 2-1, I don't mind. We had 750 gems riding on that result. Obviously, we did not advance our goal of getting two play-in points from this event, which would have gotten us 10% of the way to our 20 play-in point goal. So I'll be playing more traditional drafts, and if you'd like to see more drafts, obviously I do post a new draft every single day, so please subscribe using the subscribe button below. Just quickly deconstructing what worked and what didn't work in our deck. Having Catgator and Rockalanche in the same deck was definitely awkward. I was happy whenever I saw Catgator, but I never really had enough swamps to really feel amazing about it. Canyon Crawler and Badger Mole, and actually Azula and Diligent Zookeeper, I would say these were the things that worked about the beatdown strategy, probably also Messenger Hawk. But honestly, I think the low part of our curve was just so bad in terms of raw card quality that it just felt like we were not really putting a lot of pressure. If you put all of the like C or D level creatures that we had on the left, you see there's just like a lot of them. Okay, I love Judy, but objectively it's not like putting lots of power and toughness on the board. And then it turned out, I think we actually did go a little bit overboard in terms of removal. Like, this is probably not a set. Sold Out is actually not that great in this set, and I think having triple Sold Out really showed us why. This was a situation where we really benefited from cutting down a little bit on the removal and playing more bodies, even though those bodies were not very good. So all in all, I think 2-1's a perfectly good result with this deck. It was not my best one ever. It was a really tough draft, and I would say if I want to learn anything from this draft, I should go back and analyze whether I should have gone into blue. I made a judgment call not to in pack 2, but we did see a lot of powerful blue cards, and a lot of splashing cards. So maybe there was an opportunity for me to go more Sultai and get a lot more power packed into my deck. Anyways, it was a fun one today, and if you want to see the next draft, please subscribe. In the meanwhile, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.